Alright, we are now a mammal with a spongy flesh body, and as usual when we get a new body, the first thing we're going to have to do is do a little bit of grinding, but fortunately the grinding we're going to be doing today is pretty light. We're only going to go for 100 points at first here in the Cave of Deltadium. We're going to engage in some light cannibalism. We already have enough bite power to kill our fellow rats in one bite, but first, a rumor I suppose. There's a few, but they're not going to be much of a threat to us. Well, they're a threat to us, but we're mostly going to avoid them. There are more better creatures. Putting that English major to work there. Oh, the white two-legged mammal in the west trying to evolve by defeating mammals. Well, we'll learn more about Mr. White Two-Legged Scourge later, but right now we're just interested in eating our family members. And the mushrooms, of course, give life. They give 3 hit points apiece, but we're going to run around real quick, do some really fast grinding, and then we'll be right back once we get 100 hit points. This should take just mere 1 or 2 minutes tops, I'm sure, but still, you don't want to see that. Alright, I happened to get a flashing meat from one of them, the last one I bit actually, which gives you 50 E.V.O points instead of 10. So now we're going to push select, we're going to evolve, and we're going to take a, I believe, body, nope, not body, not neck, back of the head extension. We're going to give ourselves a mane. A mane is going to increase our bite power from 2 to 7. Just proof that it's not always the most expensive item you want to buy that's going to be the most useful, because if we bought the deer horn, well, we'd look like a deer, and that would be cool, I guess. But we would also still only have a bite power of 2, and now we have 3.5 times the bite power we did before, and that's going to come in useful against some enemies ahead who are going to give us some pretty good E.V.O points and who are going to be good for grinding, and who are probably going to do, if not the rest of our grinding on, then at least a good chunk of it ahead. So we're going to move on. We have to leave the Cave of Deltadium the way we came, so moving on now. We're going to leave the Cave of Deltadium and move on to the door of Mount Snow. Mount Snow is right over here to the right, and there are 2 exits to Mount Snow. There are 2 ways to get out of Mount Snow. We're going to go over both of them in due time. We're going to go through the cave first. You can either go up the steps and over Mount Snow, or you can go through Mount Snow. And there are 3 different rooms in Mount Snow that we're going to be making our way through. The first 2 are going to have the usual set of enemies. Guys we've seen before that are really no threat to us. Well, the middle room is kind of a threat to us. We're going to make our way first into a room full of Bull Icustega. These guys just do not go away, but we can kill them in 1 hit, and they give off their usual 15 E.V.O points. Nothing much has changed with these guys. Bite! Surprise bite! Ha ha ha! Boy, I like my little lion mane. That is a useful little investment, and it's only 100 E.V.O points, so you can just a bit of really great evolution there. I want to jump down. There we go. Oh, hey. No. That's bad. That's bad. And also bad is sticking around in here. The Syracosaurus, not the Syracosaurus, these are Tritops. Why did I think they were Syracosaurus? Probably because those enemies look similar. But these guys get pretty pissed off about being discovered. They just want to be left alone. So we're going to do our level best to avoid them. And we're going to move on to the next room, which is going to be the room we really want for today. Woo, I better pop open there. I better pop up, make sure I don't get charged by that guy. And we're going to move on to the next room, and we're going to do a substantial bit of grinding here. We're going to grind on these warthog guys. They take 2 bites apiece, and they're very timid. Unless you bite them, then they blow snot bubbles at you, or water bubbles. I guess you're able to do that from drinking in the waterfall, but their meat gives 50 E.V.O points apiece, which is great for grinding. So we're going to stick around here. We'll pick up that green crystal in due time, but for now we're going to stick around and chomp on these guys, because we're already getting some pretty good E.V.O points off of them. Alright, at this point the best defense is a good offense, so we're going to give ourselves the Fierce Jaws, not the Rhinoceros Jaws at the bottom. Like I said earlier, the most expensive item is not always the best. We're going to take the Fierce Jaws, and that's going to increase our bite power in conjunction with the mane. That's going to increase our bite power to a whopping 25. That's going to kill most enemies at this early stage in a single hit. And we're going to keep this combination throughout the Ice Age and probably also the rest of the game. Oh, you get back here. I want you. I want you, Warthog. I want you for my meat evolution grinding army thing. And the recoil is just like insane on those things too. Okay, I should probably get that before it disappears, huh? So, and also we have enough points at this point that we're going to increase the size of our body. We're going to take the rabbit-shaped body now. And that's going to give us better speed and a little bit more hit points. It's going to increase our hit points by 10. Wow, biting on multiple levels. That's pretty insane. So now we're going to get out of here, now that we have pretty much everything we need. In fact, we could go at this point and grind on the Tritops, because we could kill them in one hit with our 25 bite jaws, and they give off 90. They give off 90 EVO points apiece with their meat. So we could go ahead and grind on them, and I think actually we're doing pretty good here. Actually, I think I'm going to stick around and maybe try to get the horse body. We'll see what happens with that. I'll be back in a little bit, actually. We'll report on the horse body in just a second then. Alright. Even more speed and even more hit points. That's what I call a resounding success in my book. So finally we're going to get out of here. We're going to take two different exits though. We're going to take one exit, and then we're going to come back and take the other one. The first is by going through the cave. You can either go through Mount Snow by going through the cave. Wow, that's actually a little too fast for me even. Once we get out of the cave here, we're going to face off against Prime Bird. Yeah, just try it. Try anything funny right now. They give 70 apiece. We're going to see Prime Birds in just a minute when we take the second exit through Mount Snow. But now we come out and we're on the other side, but there are two levels that we missed by not going over the top of Mount Snow, and now we're going to cut back through Mount Snow. You see we're kind of stuck here at this point, and we're not going to go to any of these two new levels yet though. We're not going to go down to Africa or up to Europe. We're going to go back into Mount Snow, and then you'll see me back at the beginning, and you'll see what happens when we go over the top of Mount Snow. It's kind of a forked path, little interesting. Alright, we've returned to the beginning of Mount Snow, and this time we're going to go up the steps. The Deltadium, they're a little bit tricky here. If we try to bite them as we jump, we'll end up like going through the steps, and it'll be a weird glitchy thing. I don't quite fully understand, but yeah, we'll recover a little bit of our health. Not that we're going to need it at this point, because we have pretty good defense going on for us. And once you go... Whoa, that was a little too crazy. Once you go over the top, that's the end of the level right there. And we're going to end up going around, and we're eventually going to make our way back out to the door over there. This first little ice circle right here, this is domain of Paramis. Paramis are squirrels, Paramis. And as you can see, if we get up close, they have pretty insane air. But they're not much good for grinding on. They only give 30. Holy shit, he's mad. Boy, wow, he's like rabid. Well, let's get on out of here in any event. This isn't really the place to stick around and do any sort of grinding. If you're going to do any grinding at this point, you should stick around Mount Snow and tackle the Tritops, because they give 90 apiece. Flashing Meat gives 200. I happened to get one on the way back through, and that's how I know that. We're just going to let him come to us. For the most part, we're going to let Prime Bird come to us, but this is one level you can actually... You don't really have lives in this game, but you can fail at this level and have to redo it. And see, if we had our little rabbit body still, we'd be taking a lot more damage right now. Oh, God, 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 God. Yep, he just drop-pecked me right off the edge of the mountain there. Oh, hey, but we can move on from there, but I'm a completionist. I like to have all red dots. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make our way through anyway. And once we do that, we can actually go and bless the rains down in Africa. So we're going to see what's going on down on the subcontinent. But first I want to get through this place, because the one advantage to coming here... Oh, God, oh, God. The one advantage to coming here is that you get... Oh, hey. I did not think I was going to get credit for that. You get a green crystal out of the deal. Well, I'll be able to recover eventually if I... Okay, thank goodness. Well, you only get 1 point back for eating their meat, so this isn't exactly a good place to recover from. And they're always in an advantageous position. No matter what video game you're playing, birds suck. I'll believe that till my dying day. Now, let's get on out of here. And now, see, we just walk down to where we left Mount Snow, as if we were going through the cave. You just get to play an extra 2 levels that way. Not really any distinct advantage to that, I'd say, but oh well. And now we are in the land of survival. More dinosaurs, but we can take these guys out now. Should be able to just take them out while they sit there and eat. Yep. 80. That's not too bad, but we need to get on out of here. We'll just chomp our way through this time instead of trying to jump over them. We're going Okay, good. They weren't disturbed by me touching them. That's good at least. Okay, this should be the last of these guys. And let's get out here and let's move. Ah, God! This place is full of brososaurs. Well, it's not going to be the land of survival for very long. I have got to eat my way through here and get out. And now it's on to another land of survival. This one a little bit tougher. You can really get rocked here if you're not careful because there are Tyrannosaurus living here. And their jaws take our little horse body for 34 hit points apiece. So we better be careful about how we get bit. Wow. Wow. That Yeti must be threatening if even Tyrannosaurus Rex is afraid of it. These guys, yeah, see, you don't want to get hit like that. 250 E.V.O points apiece. This would be a good place to grind. Fortunately, the hard part is over. We only had to kill that one guy. We can run through the rest of this place without getting bothered. Now, if there's a place you want to grind, it's the next one. We're going to move over. We're going to cross the land bridge on over to Australia, mate. We're going to throw some shrimp on the bobby, and we're going to face a new enemy called the Baurium. Baurium. They have a rhinoceros body, rhinoceros jaws. Everything about them is rhinoceros-y. And this is a better place to grind even than the, you don't get as many E.V.O points, but this is a better place to grind because our Fierce Jaws kill them in one hit, even with their, you know, high-armored, high-powered rhinoceros body. We can kill them in one hit, we can move quickly, we get 90 apiece. That's as much as we would get if we stuck around in Mount Snow and killed Tritops. So I think this is a good place to go to get a few E.V.O points. I don't know that I'm going to stick around here and grind because I'm not sure if I want the rhinoceros body really. In fact, I think I may have... Yeah, I have the E.V.O points for it already. So, let's see what that does for us real quick as far as speed and hit points. I know it'll give us more hit points because it's a fatty body. Okay, it affects our speed a little, but I'm sure we're going to have much better armor now. 57 hit points is a good way to go here. I think I can take the speed loss. Whoa, hey, that's not cool. Now, I think we're pretty much as evolved as we're going to get here. I like... Body size is just going to slow us down, and I've never really been... I mean, I used to be keen on increasing the size of my body, but it's not really that important. Speed is a little more important. Gives you a bit more of an advantage in terms of maneuvering and killing enemies and whatnot. So, oh, hey, wow, and then you can even kill Baurium while they're asleep. But, let's leave the land down under. We've got ourselves, we're going to have 1,000 or so E.V.O points by the time we get out of here. Not that we're going to need them, because we're going to be facing a boss soon. We're going to circle around to the other end of the world real quick. All we got to do is press right, and we're going to walk down the land bridge and check out the top of the screen. North Pole. North Pole is what awaits us, but we're not going to meet Santa Claus here today, unfortunately. Just some funky penguins. We can kill them all in one hit. They give 50 points apiece. The real treasure here... Oh, hey, more penguins. That's... Oh, wow, 100. That's not bad. The real treasure here is this little seal guy. He takes 2 bites to kill, and that little dive bomb maneuver he did hurts quite a bit, but he gives us 100. Too bad there's only one of him hanging around, or this might be a better place to grind. But what we're really after is the place just south of this. We're going to go now, and we're going to hear a secret that's going to allow us to continue on through the Ice Age. Uh-oh, we got that boss music going on. Eerily appropriate for the atmosphere here, even though it's a sunny day out. Sun is shining. We're meeting the Mammoth Brothers. We are the 3 Ray Romanos of the Mammoth. Even the Yeti is afraid of us, right, Deborah? Do I look like a Yeti? I guess I look like a police sketch version of a Yeti. But this is a really easy, ridiculously easy boss. And as soon as they say Pahum, they get ready to attack. But the Mammoth Brothers are the most ridiculously incompetent brothers of all time. They're gonna blow these little bubbles at us. And the charging hurts, I guess. But if you corner these guys, they give off enough meat that they can heal you completely. Try to walk away, another one will come up. There's 3 of these guys. Just corner them, bite their trunks. And unlike most mommies or sisters, the mammoth gal will not actually attack you. You can't fight her, and unlike most people who help you, her meat heals and gives you E.V.O points just the same as her brothers did. But she's going to tell us a secret, and in return, we're going to kill her, because we are jerks. Yeah. See, the Yeti's not afraid of you. You never even seen the Yeti in your whole life. If only they had the crystal. Oh, well, thank you, but I don't date mammoths. There is a mountain in the southwest, and you can find the ice pole spirit there. If you close the ice pole? How do you close a pole? Well, maybe I don't want to come back to this world anyway, but you and me, baby, we're going to get to know each other a little better right now. When I gaze into your eyes, I see, sucker, die you. But that's it for today for us. Did she actually give us slightly less hit points back than the brothers did? That's, man, women always making less than a man in a man's world. But that's going to be it for today. We're going to make our way now over to the mountain, and that's going to be it for us today. We're going to stop there, call it a day, and tomorrow we're going to see what the ice pole has in store for us. I'm particularly intrigued by that floating city right there. I'll see y'all next time.